Property Show, we put the spotlight on the city of Pune, much loved for its great weather and vibrant culture. It was also once an educational hub, but today it is a bustling IT and industrial city and also amongst the top 7 for housing demand in the country. Let's dive straight into the answer for that big question which everyone has on their mind. Is it worth investing in buying a home in Pune right now? Joining me, Rohit Gera, Managing Director, Gera Developments. Also with us, Ghulam Zia, Executive Director at Knight Frank India. And we have some deep dive data from Lysis for us to show us the big trends of Pune's housing market. All right, Rohit, we'll keep flashing the data on our left side, but what I wanted to understand from you was that Maharashtra has, in March, it ended that stamp duty rebate. So that euphoria that we saw in the last 6 months kind of ended there. How have the sales been after March?
So Manisha, always a pleasure to be on your show, and the weather in Pune is absolutely fabulous through the monsoon. So the sales, the move by the government of Maharashtra was an amazing one, with the 2-tier sort of step down benefit which they offered to ignite the sector. It did have that impact. It achieved the objective very clearly. In the last few months, barring the lockdown that we saw, we've seen sales sort of come back. People are back in the buying mode. It isn't as much as what we saw in November, December when the benefit that was being offered was at its peak. But certainly we see consumers are back. They're keen to buy. They're looking at larger sizes, and I'm sure we'll talk about that. But headline news is that yes, the buyers are back in the market looking to buy homes.
Ghulam, I'm looking at some of the data which has come from Lysis, and the most interesting data is the sudden dip in inventory overhang of unsold units, which are harder to sell by. In the first 6 months of last year, that is 2020, Pune had a 58 months of unsold stock of housing units for under construction flats. Now this number seems to be down, which is first 6 months of this year, to 35 months. And for ready flats, the unsold inventory has moved down from 24 months to just 13 months. Is it seeming like a much healthier market today than probably what it was in 2019 as well?
Positively, since our focus is on inventory levels, and I always have a different perspective of inventory levels, because to me, inventory level is not to be worried about. Many of the time people keep talking inventory levels are huge and troubling the markets and industry. I would say if your inventory levels are such that you can absorb them in next 2 to 3 years, you need not worry, because there's typically the construction period itself. But that said, that inventory levels shrinking in a market like Pune is definitely a good sign. Various reasons for that, maybe in last couple of quarters, and for sure the first wave and post first wave of COVID, we did see a lot of labor issues, because of which the fresh inventories could not really be launched, and the developers are also on a back foot for us to understand the impact of pandemic before really launching the next project. So net, the result is in front of us, as we said, that the inventories have shrunk, and that has also brought down the time to sell. We typically call quarter to sell, and that also has shrunk. So net, we're talking about good times from the developer perspective. Well, for some time at least, if we look at the buyers also not to be worried a lot, because for some time at least the prices are also expected to remain flat. So right now we are looking at a good movement in the market, and that is, if that's what your question that you asked was, the markets are definitely looking much better than what they were pre-COVID levels.
Markets are looking much better than the pre-COVID time. But if I'm looking deeper into the data, Rohit, it's still probably one of the most affordable markets amongst the top 7 cities, because more than 90% of the demand and supply in Pune is priced at under 1 crore rupees, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think one of the big distinctions about Pune over the last decade has been that, when markets across the country were rising, Pune was seeing stable rises in price, and we didn't see a very massive sort of steep rises. And as a result, we didn't see steep falls in price. Affordability today is pretty much at a 15-year high. We've got very low interest rates. That's a great situation. Salaries have somewhat risen. If you look at the last 5 years, real estate prices have been flat for at least 3.5 out of the last 5 years, in fact, even longer. So if you look at the real affordability, we haven't had a higher level of affordability in nearly 15 years. So I think from that perspective, Financial affordability is high. The overall prices of homes in Pune are attractive and lower. So given that, I think Pune is it's a really, really good market for in-home buyers.
Gulam, in fact, I'm going to come to the pricing part. Knight Frank report said that, the stamp duty rebates, when they were revoked, after that, because there's such little pricing power in the Pune market, is the developers who are absorbing that price or that difference. Really, for the end consumer, prices aren't going to go up, haven't gone up. But do you believe that's going to be the scenario for some more time to come?
I would want to believe so. As I said earlier also, I hinted at that at least for some time the prices would remain where they are, flattish I would mean. And the reason of that is simple. Unless we see huge traction, unless we see perhaps, the inventory is moving very fast, unless the buyer believes that if he doesn't buy today, tomorrow the price would be different, would be higher. Till then, till we reach that point, the prices will not really reflect on ground yet. So I want to believe for next couple of quarters, I would say 3 to 4 quarters at least, the market I'm expecting to remain flat. And that is the time. And if your question was, should the buyers be right now worried about price rise? I don't think there is any reason to worry about.
So, I'm just looking at the data which has come in from Lysis again. This is under 3 crore segment. I mean, if you look at it, prices are more or less the same where they were in the Jan-June 2016 period, going down a little bit to about, from 5,000 rupees per square feet to about 4,980, and then again rising to just a little above 5,100 rupees per square feet. So here's my question to you, Rohit. Are you feeling the pinch as a developer, and how strongly? Because commodity inflation is there for everybody to see, and if you can't price your product higher, then you got to absorb it then.
I want to bring a different viewpoint here. I disagree with Gulam's viewpoint. We've already seen price rises last 6 months. Average price increase was about 2.7%. The really interesting thing about the data that we have is we looked at new projects, we looked at new phases of old projects, and we looked at ongoing projects. Ongoing projects and new phases of old projects have seen a price rise. So we clearly, and if you correlate this with what you started off with saying that the inventory overhang has come down, and if you even just extrapolate the same rate of inventory being consumed, we foresee that in the next 6 to 12 months we'll be at unprecedented lows in terms of inventory availability. So based on that, our projection is that we will see prices rise. Having said that, to answer your question specifically, absolutely. Look, developers don't have much scope for lowering prices. We've been absorbing inflation costs. We've been absorbing labor increases. We've absorbed the overheads that we had to endure with no labor, with no construction going on the construction sites. Our overheads continued. Salaries had to be paid. So, the other big one is, GST we were allowed to pass GST through. Suddenly the government changed the rules, lowered the GST, and effectively developers had to absorb that. And given demand supply, our estimate is that prices will rise in the near future.
So Gulam, counter that, because if I'm looking at the inventory overhang, yes, it's come down. For ready homes, it's at 13 months, which is extremely healthy in any market. But for under construction homes, it's still 36 months, which is like it'll take 3 years to sell the current housing supply which is in the Pune market to get absorbed. Now, that is not a low number. It's not a very unhealthy number, but it's not a low number. So my question is, will the market really divide branded players? Can probably they get slightly higher prices, but the rest won't? I mean, I was surprised to see there are 500 CREDAI members in Pune. So that's the number of developers who are registered with CREDAI, and the ones who are not, probably the universe is much larger. So it's also an intensely competitive market.
I agree with you, and that's where while we are looking at perhaps different data points, etc., but my data point still talks about last 6 months, we have watched about 1.5% of shrinkage in prices. So while we are discussing, or perhaps we would have seen a few projects perhaps getting slightly better values in last 6 months, which is likely, a few projects, few developers, reputed names, brand names, etc. may get some premium, but net we're talking about the whole universe. When you're talking about the whole developer, all the developers in Pune, then definitely we are looking at, even last 6 months we have seen a price, albeit it is 1.5% is not much to talk about, but nonetheless it's a correction that we're watching. And that is where I want to believe that even in times to come, that condition will prevail. While we are looking at shrinkage of inventory, let's also look at new launches. New launches have shot up. In fact, same period last time, I agree that last time was a bad time, but in last 6 months, the first 6 months of this year, we have seen 50%, 52% odd increase, half yearly to half yearly over what it was last year. So almost about 25,000 new units have been launched in the first half yearly of Pune. And that is where, while we're talking about, inventories getting exhausted, on the other side, obviously new developers will launch their projects, right? We are obviously not expecting them all to not come out with new projects. And that is what will continue to keep the pressure on.
But Rohit, that makes it actually a great buyer's market. I mean, maybe you can increase prices by 2% because of your reputation in the Pune market. But I mean, if prices remain flat, isn't it a good time for home buyers with home interest rate loans at about 7% right now? I mean, it makes it a good deal for the buyer.
So Manisha, this is absolutely the best time to buy. Now, whether you subscribe to Ghulam's view or whether you subscribe to my view, the question isn't about whether the prices will rise. Between both of us, it's only about when the price will rise, right? Timing any market to the bottom of the market, very few get it right, and it's more of just good luck, right? So if you look at the fact that if you believe that prices have bottomed out, if you believe interest rates are at all-time lows, right, then this is really the time to come in and actually look at buying a home. It is indeed the best time. I was discussing this with somebody, and I was told that if you have husband, wife both working, you want to buy a home which is about 75 lakhs. Both people take the benefit of the income tax available. The effective interest rate isn't 7, it comes down to 4 point something. Right, with all the benefits
and if you buy actually something which comes under the CLSA scheme, which is under 50 lakh at a smaller size, then and it's your first home, then you get a additional subsidy. Gentlemen, thank you. We'll have to wrap out here, but I think we've covered all the big points that we wanted to. So Pune market, of course, is also a very IT-driven hub, and employment in the IT sector doesn't seem to be going anywhere. In fact, the demand is just going up by all the big IT players.